road that goes over the mountain.
Governor's Drive.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today?
What up? What up?
So we got Heather in the chat. We got Craig, Kathy, Thrift and Flip. Mysterious Me.
That's a new one.
Uh-huh.
Don Alton.
Don Bertrand. Linda Hubble, Leslie Carroll. Picker. So did everybody go out today? Find anything good? We finally had some pretty good weather here today.
Yeah, we didn't sweat like slaves. That's what he's trying to say. It's like 83 the high so far. I think high is only 85, but the big deal is the humidity backed out. So it actually feels like 85 instead of feeling like a freaking million. I had slim pickings. I didn't find, but what did I buy? 6 things? I didn't buy much.
Yeah, it was bad. This early, it was not good at all. Went to a couple of community sales, and it was disappointing. I think that's a good word for that. But found a few things toward the end that made it all right. Not a good day here. Rain. Nice auction tomorrow. Well, the first thing I'll show today that I found was I didn't even know they had this. This is a Sega Genesis. It's a newer system. It's not the old system, but it came with 2 of the older games. He had them marked on. I don't know if he had a yard sale at one point. He had some other was it SNES games? But he had these prices. I bought this, and this system. The main reason I bought this is I didn't have a Sega Genesis to test any games. So I paid $10 for the 2 games and for the system. Let's see. It's bacon in the beers.
But so what you were telling me is that's basically going to be free because you're going to sell the 2 games, or the game will pay for the system, and you're going to keep the system to test all your.
Exactly. Yeah. This game here should bring most of my money back, if not all. And
so that was it. He didn't buy that for resale. The reason he bought that was because he wanted a smaller form factor, something he can count on because he's got an expensive game.
Yeah, I've got a game over here that's Sunset Riders. I've had it for a while. I think it's a $40 to $50 game. And I didn't want to ship it out until I tested it. It's probably good, but now I can test it and put tested in the title, and that does bring more money. If you can test it and stick that in there, I'll always go to the high side of completed. I sold a game the other day. They were going from like $19 to $29. Couple had sold in the low 30s. I put tested in mine, put mine at like 32, and it sold. So testing does help.
Did you even look that up yet?
I don't know if this is anything or not. I picked up a few older games kind of on the fly. They were $1. It's $1. If I have any kind of reason to think it may be worth something, I just pick it up and go. Because if you waste 5 or 10 minutes trying to look up something, you can't find it, and it's $1, then you've missed time going down the road. So I don't know if it's anything or not.
I'm looking now. I don't see it. Does it have a number on anything? Or?
It's so old. No. I'll look it up later. It's one of those things. It was $1. If it's not worth anything, chunk it.
Just donate it. Be done with it.
Donate.
There it is. $8.60, no bids.
No
bids. It's 6.0.
So we found a few DS games today. They had these 3 Star Wars Lego, Tony Hawk, and Brain Age. He had them for $3 each. I bought them 3 for $5, so I gave him $1.67 a piece for those. They do have all have the booklets and everything in it. So, see, Christine found a bunch of good stuff. She's listing it now because she has run out of them. So, yep, get that listed and get that money back.
Yeah, the one thing we love to do is whatever your most expensive thing is, or your best seller especially, go ahead and get those listed first. The only thing I've listed from last week's, I had the 3DS listed because it's worth. I think I listed it at $99 with the games and everything. So it's listed.
That's for me. Blu-ray Friday the 13th was $1, so I picked that up for me.
The killer cut.
The killer cut. Pick this hat up. Have not looked it up yet. It's a cool hat. It was $1. I started looking at it, and he said it's $1. That's the same guy that had the video games. Oh, you bought some video games.
Yeah, I bought
the sealed games from him. But that was a cool hat. That came straight. I think he said it came from the Coca-Cola store. So I would think that's probably something. It's new. It's nice. Man, where that myself.
Yeah, you look Japanese.
Speaking Japanese. Have not looked this up. The Beatles DVD set 1, 2. There's five of them in there. Probably make you look bad and be like, that crap does not sell.
Yeah.
But a lot of this stuff could go to the auction. Like this right here, this is good. This is probably going to go to the auction that I go to. This is a handheld scanner.
Somebody got $31.99 shipping on that. Free shipping on that. Somebody else got 21. So it's trending at 28.60. So you define.
So this one we go. This is just a Wolverine Pass 200 handheld scanner. Probably take that to the online auction here in town. They had tape, 50 cents a roll.
Yeah, and this is the good tape too. Don't miss it. That's Scotch brand tape.
It is the 2-inch, but
it
works.
I was talking on my little bitty live to tell you guys we were live. I got a neat scanner. I didn't bring it in, but he's got tape. Don't miss the chance to buy your stock and some supplies if you see them at the yard sales, because that Scotch tape is much more than 50 cents a roll.
Everybody needs a coffin with a corpse, right? These were 99 cents. These were actually from Goodwill yesterday. So I got that one. Got another one. And I may keep one of these myself, or I may take them to the auction and sell them at Halloween. Not now, because they won't bring anything. And then there's these 2 coffins. They were both 99 cents also. Not coffins. Tombstones, sorry. So probably keep one of each and probably take the other one up to the auction around Halloween time. This was an interesting find today because I just happened to have sold the same identical statue at the auction the other day, and this statue and one more was in the $50 yard sale buyout of my neighbor's. I bought everything he had left at his yard sale for $50. This statue and another one that was just a little shorter than this one sold for $80. And I did not know why. But this one today was $10. And I asked him what the best price was, and he goes, I cannot go any lower. That's a $180 piece. And I was like, oh. So now, since I didn't know that they were like stamped and stuff, there's a name here. It says Austin PROD 1988. I looked on eBay. I did not see this exact piece, but there's a lot of stuff out there from that Austin Productions.
467 was
yeah. and they were a lot of the stuff was in the $50 to $100 range. So I'll probably, since this is so heavy, I'll probably take this back to the auction. Since it did so well, maybe the same people will see it and bid on it also. Let's see how much. Cool hat. I missed it. What is that thing? Talking about this piece right here. It's
an Austin production statue from 1988.
The guy that owned it, he was taught. He said it's the Indians. It's the three something, life and death and something. I don't know. That's, yeah, you can Google that.
Yeah.
He knew a lot about the piece, so I tried to get it cheaper than 10, but there was no go. And I bought it only because I had sold it for 80 about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So that's why I picked this piece up. So we'll see if we can do it again.
All right, while he's wandering around, y'all want to see my one thing I brought in? Okay, so the same guy who video games, he had this marked for 12, and I started looking at it, and I don't know anything about a backpack. So why did I pick this to show you guys? Because it's easy to teach about it. It's from the Army. This is, so Bearded Picker, what kind is it? Damn if I know. We're gonna look again. The one nice thing about all military stuff is they have a tag, and so the tag on this thing is it's new. It's a Mole 2 MOLLE 2 pack, assault pack, and it gives you the style number for the camo. I think it's worth about $65 or $70 because it has never been used. The nameplate still, but I mean, it's brand new looking. He had 12 on it. I gave him 10 for it. So it's really, really heavy. That's the one thing I did notice. It compared to any of the backpacks I've been buying lately, this one's like twice as heavy.
Oh wow, that is heavy. It's all right in this area right here, the heavy part.
Yeah, whatever the sides are like make it really heavy. I don't know what it is.
There's Stephen Ross. We wondered where he was at today. He's in the chat.
Yeah, those bags. But it's easy to look it up. It's easy to type it in and go. Going from not knowing anything about the bag to going. That I could make $40 or $50 on that bag.
Pick these up. This is definitely a local auction type item, but I didn't have the auction to take stuff to. This is just something you pass by, but she had 3 on it. I asked if she would take 2. She said, yeah. Every dollar counts. So.
Well, that's the difference. We talked about last night on the Friday night show on Shane's channel about when do you ask to go cheaper, and stuff that you're taking a chance on at auction,
mm-hmm.
You always try to get a little bit better deal because that lessens the money you got to get back at auction.
Right.
Where an eBay item wouldn't matter as much. The bag, he had 12 on it. I'd have paid him 12, but he took 10. But on that right there, I mean, you never know what it. It's not going to be a high dollar item to begin with. So you're looking to make $5 or $6. So that $1 or $2 could make a pretty good difference.
Because they all start at 0. Somebody bids $1 and nobody else bids, and it goes for $1. So. Yeah, I try to take stuff up there that I'm in at as cheap as possible. So something like this, I think $10 to $15. So
especially this time of year, people are starting to cook out a lot because it's hot as Hades.
Yeah. I picked this up yesterday at a friend's yard sale. I thought it was a radio. It is a Ladies Sunbeam dryer. You can dry your nails under here, and it's a hair dryer on this side. I'd never seen one, but that's $1, and that's going to auction.
There's the hair dryer.
It's just something I'll take I have that one. That's just something I'll take a chance on for $1. I can take it up there, and it's kind of a retro piece, and I'll check eBay also. I have not checked.
Where's the power cord?
It's probably, it may be in this part here.
In that part, yeah.
Because there's nothing else on it. on the side.
But that's the interesting thing with the stuff Harlan picks up. A lot of stuff you know, that I don't even look at, and you know, he's over there making a pile because of the auction.
These were at the Goodwill. That's a Sony remote. It was 99 cents. I picked it up yesterday. Picked up this book. I think it was 99 cents or $1.
It's a different book. It's about the spies and that's German spies, right?
Probably so.
The OSS.
I scanned it, and it's 120,000 rank in books on Amazon, and I think it was bringing back like 5 something after fees. So
no, these are our women. The OSS is us, the Office of Strategic Services. So this is the history of our women spies in World War II.
that's the kind of books that do better like that. I mean, some of these novels you see, you know, that at every yard sale, they're not going to bring money. It's a lot of times it's the obscure stuff.
Give me the phone one.
This one,
All right,
I
Harlan.
hope it works.
Harlan went fishing at the yard sales.
Oh, it does work. His mouth ain't moving. Is that bad? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he works. If y'all don't know about Billy Big Mouth, most of y'all should know that if they're in the box, they're worth closer to $30, $35. That one's he'll probably get 24 shipped for that one.
There's a bat. I forgot how much that was going for. That was
All bats are not created equal. That's a good brand. What'd you give, a buck or two?
yeah. But that's the kind of thing. Check the the grips is the big thing. Sometimes you'll see you'll grab a grip and
it'll be sticky
and crumbling and stuff. That one there, and a lot of times the bat's all messed up. That one's nice and clean.
And along with the name, you need the numbers on the side of it so you can get the right model number to see which ones are more. That -5, whatever the hell it means something for this bat.
That's the drop. That's the link to the weight of the bat drop.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, I picked this up.
He knows all this stuff. His daughter was a pretty good softball player.
Picked up that timing gun yesterday at Goodwill. It was $3.99. I looked at completed. They're anywhere from $20 to $30. So it's nice and clean. Looks like it's never been used. I'll have to just hook it up and test it, but that should be a good one there.
And that's definitely an eBay thing. Just most modern cars do not need a timing set with that light.
So my dog is 12 years old, and her nails are a little long right now. So she's decided that she cannot jump up on the couch. I have to lift her up and put her on the couch. So I saw these steps for 99 cents at Goodwill. So I brought it home, put it up there, showed her how to walk up the steps. So I put her back on the ground, and she jumped up on the couch. So these are going to auction. She was just being lazy.
Fluffy messed up by showing that she can still jump to the couch.
So these were $2. These are some Sperry's for kids. My brother's been doing real well with new looking shoes like this, and even Asics.
Do they even show anywhere on them? They are.
They're
I mean,
very clean.
you can see they're
probably some kids' shoes you wore to church a few times.
At the most. There's really not a scratch on them. They're in really good shape. But definitely when you're at yard sales, the smaller Nikes and stuff, they're definitely of the kids' shoes. And Sperry's a good name. I mean, parents spend a lot of money. You guys have all had kids for the most part. You know how much their shoes are becoming as expensive as our shoes.
This is brother. I picked this and this up. It's got 2 of the cartridges. This is where they get you when you buy a brother printer. The cartridges cost a fortune. So this was $3 for this. There's even one inside it still. I guess it's that one that's missing out of the pack. That was $3. So that'll be a good flip. And if you don't know about Littlest Pet Shop, then you need to, because these are there's tons of these. There's some that are worth more than others. I can't tell you which ones they are. You just have to kind of look them up and do a little research. But when I find these that, for a whole bag for $3 a piece and stuff, I'll pick those up. And you can either get on there. Sometimes you can, if you don't want to do the research, put them in a lot and just take a lot of pictures. You can put like even 3 or 4 in a picture and get a real good close up. So if the people that's looking at it can actually see which one it is, then that'll help. What we got going on? $10 for that bag. Well, we do see people asking a lot for a lot of the things. You just got to keep pushing and
the next yard sale, the next greatest one.
Or there was one kid today that like those SNES games. I was wanting to go back and make an offer on the whole lot, but I didn't do it. I should have, I guess. So we got
our handband and white something else. The catchphrase, that's a good one. You got this for $1. Catchphrase. These are very good. This is stuff for on eBay. If I had to bet, I'd say it's 15 or $18. Yeah, $18.99 new. There's one plus shipping. About $14 used, especially with some of the older catchphrases. They made these in red boxes and red ones. If you get the older ones, they are shit.
Yeah, we'll shut up.
Stop. Live streaming.
Yeah, John Jones, that's my microscope for work that I use to look at the little electrical components on the boards that I troubleshoot. So that's for my work. That piece is still loose.
All right, here's the Lego set
that they put together, I guess. This is a Fred's Garage Lego set. This was $5. A lot of these sets are very, very expensive. I forgot what this one was going for. It's probably, when it's in this state, you're going to just have to just try to see if all the pieces are there. I'm not sure how I'm going to list this one yet. I'll have to look at it and say most of the pieces are there. I don't know, because there's really, you have to see how much time you want to invest in something like that.
Are the wheel cells out here?
Yeah, they're in here. This side.
Oh, they're on that side.
Yeah.
But you do have the books are right here too.
Yeah, the 4 wheels and the front part of the truck, the grill, and all is in the bottom of this box. So.
Yeah, he gets most of the Legos. I don't mess with them because I know I won't do anything with them. And he seems to find one or two good deals a day on Legos.
This is a little green Bissell. How much did you say this was going for?
$9.
It's brand new. Everything's still in the bag, never been used. This was $10, and you said it was at $90 shipped. So that'll be a good flip. Pretty heavy. That'll probably go UPS.
But it's already, the nice thing about it is it's already in a box. It's a decent sized box.
Right. So I think that is it. Now last week we showed some stuff. I think I paid, was it $30? I paid for a whole bunch of stuff. I've actually got this stuff ready to go to auction. I went through, there was 2 baskets full, a lot of wrestling figures. There was this basket and there's another basket down here. But it had cars. So what I'm doing when I take stuff, I'll make a tag. It's a Hot Wheels case and 23 cars. So a lot of times I'll write a tag for that, and they'll take a picture of this when they do the auction on the outside, and then they'll take a picture of the inside. So I've made that one lot. And like I said, I get these Coke boxes, and these are all 4x4 trucks that was in that lot. There was 10 of those, so I'll lay this with those. That'll be a lot going up there. In this box here, there's 40. So I'll take all those. There's a sign saying there's 40 cars and trucks in there, and that'll be a lot. So I do a lot of this. When I buy a big lot of things, I'll break it down. And like I said, there was a lot of these figures. Some of these figures from the 90s, like this one here is Ravishing Rick Rude. This the solds on this one is $10 to $15, and it was in the $30 lot that I bought. And there's probably 40 to 50 different wrestling figures.
How much was Raditz?
Yeah, that guy there was 3 solds on it, one at $15, one at $24.99, and one at $25. So, and that's, what was he from? Is he Dragon Ball Z?
I think. Hell, I don't know.
So,
I'm old, man.
So I think that's kind of it for today. You got anything else?
Yeah, he is. He's that guy's brother.
And I still have not found that guy yet. I've looked all on. We found what his name was. His name was.
He's Goku.
Cyan Goku.
Cyan Goku.
But I have not found that figure. There's no markings on that one. Oh yeah, a lot of times the way to find these on any kind of most figures, there's writing on the back, and like this one here says, I gotta get my eyepiece. This one says 1990 Titan Sports. So I just went into eBay solds and just did a search on 1990 Titan Sports and started scrolling, and it popped right up on the screen. So that way I found out who it was. It was Ravishing Rick Rude. Then you can go back up to the top and add Rick Rude or wherever you want to onto the 1990 Titans Sports, I think that's what it said. And then you can narrow it down even farther to kind of see what everything's going for. But some of those are worth really good money. Some are kind of basic. So what I'll do for the basic ones, like I say, I've got my empty box. I'll fill it up. Once I get to the auction, I'll just kind of put them up where they can see what it is when he takes the picture, and just creates another lot, and they'll be gone. Yeah, just me, Kathy. Wrestling. Sorry, that was my country slip up, I guess. We got anything else, Scott?
No. All right. So anybody got any questions about any of the stuff that?
I'm saying make soldering on 0402's effortless game changer. That is exactly correct. I don't do a lot of soldering, John. We have a lady that does our soldering. I just find the problems and give it to her. But I know exactly what you mean. You got to have that fine tip on that soldering iron. Yeah, I can't help that, Kathy. That's I'm from the South. What games did you find again today? Today there was these DS games, Tony Hawk, Lego Star Wars, and Brain Age 2. I got those for $5, so $1.67 a piece. Scott got, is it 2?
I don't even know which ones they were.
I don't know. There were 2 sealed PS4 games from the same place. What would you give? 17?
17.
For those, I forget which one it is. It's kind of the obscure titles.
Yeah, one of them sells for 23. The other one sells for 32.
So I think that was all the games I got today, Stephen. That's right, Jennifer. It's a Southern thing. Not thing, Southern thing. How much is the Coke hat going for? I have not looked it up. It was just cool. When he said it was $1, and he said it come from the Coca-Cola store, so I know he paid up for it. Guess we can look that up real quick. Look up that word right here. Can you type this one?
Yeah, right.
That word. I have a Southern accent too, but y'all's is a lot deeper than mine. Yeah, I've been told mine's kind of Southern.
You sound like me. What accent?
I don't hear an accent.
There you go.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, Stephen, there was a kid. Oh yeah. Hold up. Where's that bag at? Right here. There was a kid in Madison. He had some SNES games, but he had the Sega Genesis, these 2 old Sega Genesis games. He had these prices on it, and then he had this machine. It's not the old one, but it's a new machine that will test out the Sega Genesis. That's what I wanted, was just a little machine to test out Sega Genesis games. So I paid $10 for this and the 2 games total. I think he had a yard sale in the past and tried to charge these prices, which is probably eBay prices, and he didn't get it. So I think I can sell this one and pretty much get my money back.
He said, hold up the Clue again.
The Clue is not very good game. This one is the one that'll get my money back. I think it's about $12. So I'll get either my money back or close to it. Have the machine for free, and the reason I wanted to get that is because I've got this game right here. I think it's a $40 or $50 game, and I have not listed it this past week because I wanted to test it, so I could put "tested" in the title, so I could get more money for it. That hat came from Urban Outfitters. Okay. Stephen Ross, those are my old price tags. Oh, nice. The Vintage Fiend found 3 sealed PS1 games. Yeah, I looked into the Retron 3. There was one at the auction the other day I looked at because that'll test 3 or 4. And I probably will get one of those because I've got some systems that I'm using as test systems. And I could actually turn around and sell those if I had a Retron. But I think those test, what is it test? SNES.
You could sell those if you knew somebody who had a bunch of systems. You could go over there and borrow one.
Who would that be?
I have no idea.
Retron 5 also does the Game Boy games. Okay. Yeah, I need to check into that. I think they're about $100 or so on eBay. I'll have to check. All righty. I think that about finishes everything up. Thanks for coming in and checking us out on a Saturday at lunch.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
84 plus 12 shipping.
For the
Retron
5, 84?
Yeah, 109, yeah.
May have to check that out. See if anybody has a used one or something. Was that used or new?
Yeah, those are used.
Used, okay. So I get one at cost. Oh, I have to get with Steven and get that then. Kathy said Sony sales.
We found I think on one of the video there was something. It was a Sony receiver with a bunch of speakers, and I noted that was not Sony that sells. That's Sony that's heavy as crap for no reason.
Well, all right. Thanks for checking us out. And we will see you next time.
We'll see you at Harlan's Hall and one item of mine next Saturday.
See you.